Hey guys, it's Jess, and today I'm going to be making quite a serious video, and this video is going to be how to deal with bullying. And I think that this is something that I want to touch on because, not in my opinion, I don't think that people talk about it enough. Maybe because I'm not too sure why really, but in my opinion I don't think it's talked about enough in schools and colleges and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a video on this. So yeah, I've got some notes which I'm gonna pick up now. And yeah, so I've got 5 tips on how to deal with bullying, which I thought of myself. And then I'm gonna read the information I've got down here, and then I've got some information on this site which I found, which you'll get in a minute. But yeah, okay. So, how to deal with bullying. Number 1, tell somebody. This can be a trusted adult such as your parent, your teacher, maybe a neighbour, anyone who you trust and you think maybe will help you. So yeah, number 2, try to ignore it. I know it's not easy to ignore bullying because obviously it's not, and but I mean if you're getting verbally abused, try to laugh it off or shrug it off or something like that, and don't respond back, because then it'll probably just make it worse. Number 3, try to avoid them. So if you're in the same school, try and go different routes to your classroom, and if they work the same way home as you, again try and go a different way, so that obviously they don't come up and start bullying you outside of school. If that's where they're bullying you, or wherever else you may be, school, college, workplace, because bullying happens everywhere now, even online, which is just be yourself. Now this sounds really stupid, I know, because obviously it's to do with dealing with bullying, but don't change just because somebody wants you to change. If somebody's oh, you're gay because you do a dance class or something, if you're a boy, because obviously people are usually oh, dancing's for girls and all this stuff. So ballet dancing, for example, some boys want to be ballet dancers. Why can't they? Why should it just be for women? But yeah. Number 5, don't fight back. So if they're verbally abusing you, don't respond with yeah, but you're stupid anyway, so are you, and all this stuff, because then it just makes it worse, and that's what the bullies want. They want a reaction. And obviously if you're getting physically bullied, don't hit them back. Try and push your way out of it, obviously, and stuff, but don't because then you're just as bad as them. So it'll just make more bullies, and we don't want more bullies. So yeah, okay, so that was all the facts I've got for you at the moment. If somebody you know is getting bullied, tell a trusted adult, or talk to them and convince them to talk to somebody you trust, or even get them to talk to you, because if they talk to you, then it kind of helps them, because obviously they've got it off their chest and stuff. So yeah, if you see somebody getting bullied, tell a teacher or a co-worker or a tutor or someone who can help you, and also try and help them. Just be there for them, because that'll mean a heck of a lot for them. And sorry guys, and it'll mean a lot because maybe they don't have any friends, and if you try and be their friend, then that'll make them happy, and you never know, you could have stopped them doing something stupid, So yeah, there are people you can talk to. There's a couple of helplines and things which I'm going to list now. Beat Bullying, Bullying UK, Childline, which most people know about Childline, cybersmile.org, suicide.org, and helpguide.org. I will list all of this in the description anyway. I'll put everything I've said in the video in the description. I'll put all the links, I'll try and find all the links to these sites and phone numbers and things. So yeah, and if you are getting bullied, I really I encourage you to help talk to someone, because it will help you so much. Trust me, I know. Okay, I've got some can't speak. Sorry guys. I've got some facts for you now, which I researched quite a while ago because I posted something on my Tumblr, which if you want to go see that, I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, okay. So the first fact is suicide is the third leading cause of death among young people. This results in about 4,400 deaths per year, according to the CDC. For every suicide, there are at least 100 attempts. Over 14% of high school students have considered suicide, and almost 7% have attempted it. Bully victims are 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide, according to studies by Yale University. A study in Britain found that at least half of suicides among young people are related to bullying. 10 to 14-year-old girls may be at even more higher risk, for suicide, according to the study which I just mentioned. But yeah, nearly 30% of students have either admitted to being bullies or admitted to be bully victims. And 160,000 kids stay home from school every day because they fear getting bullied. And that's that's like a terrible amount of kids. Sorry guys, I'm just going off the screen. That is so bad. Like, kids shouldn't have to fear being bullied. And people will say, oh, it doesn't matter, it's just a part of growing up. Why should bullying be a part of growing up? Why should that be something that you have to deal with as you grow up? Bullying shouldn't be a part of that. But yeah, so I've got this site on here, which I'll tell you what it's called now. Helpguide.org. I actually listed this in the helplines. This, I think, is a USA one. And it just tells you a lot about, like, what bullying is. And here's one bit that says bullying and suicide. If bullying means you or someone you know feels suicidal, please call, and then it's got the number. And that's in the US. Or if you visit the site they've linked, which is IASP or suicide.org, you can find a helpline from this company in your country. So obviously, like, if you live in the UK, you'll use that number. But yeah, so bullying is a repeated aggressive behaviour that can be physical, verbal or relational. Bullies frequently bully using physical threats and actions, while girls are more likely to engage in verbal or relationship bullying. The results are similar. You're made to feel hurt, angry, afraid, helpless, hopeless, isolated, ashamed, and even guilty that the bullying is somehow your fault. You may even feel suicidal. I tell you now, bullying is never the person who's getting bullied's fault. And people will probably say, yeah, but they're just being a wuss and all this. It's not the fact that somebody is being a wuss because they're getting bullied. Your physical health is likely to suffer, and you're at greater risk of developing mental health problems. These can include depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, or adult onset PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. You're more likely to miss, skip, or drop out of school to avoid being bullied, which I mentioned that. There's different types of bullying. There's physical, verbal, and relationship. There's a few points on here, so like I'll read one from each thing. Hitting, kicking, or pushing someone, or even just threatening to do it. Verbal bullying includes name calling, teasing and taunting, or insults verbally. Relationship bullying is refusing to talk to someone, excluding someone from groups or activities, spreading lies or rumours about someone, and yeah. Gay and lesbian youths are particularly at risk of bullying. If you need help, call, and then it's got, in the US it's got a number, and then it's got a number for the UK and Australia and New Zealand and Canada. So I'll put all those in the description. If you're being bullied, remember not to blame yourself. It's not your fault. No matter what someone says or does, you should not be ashamed of who you are or what you feel. Be proud of who you are, despite what a bully says. There's many wonderful things about you. Get help. Like I mentioned this as well. Talk to a parent, teacher, counsellor, or other trusted adult. Seeing a counsellor does not mean there is something wrong with you. Walk away from the bully, protect yourself, report the bullying, repeat as necessary. And then there's just loads of like tips on how to deal with it and different things. Myths and facts about bullying. Myths. It's only bullying if the child is physically hurt. Words can't hurt. Okay, I'm not reading off there for a minute, but in my opinion, I think words are worse than physical bullying, because you can be, like, it sounds stupid, but words can really scar you for a long time. And because, you know, when they go out, you believe them, and you feel like you deserve to be bullied, you know. And sorry, I've got a really bad cold, and you don't, but that's the way you feel, and it can, like I said, it can scar you for quite a long time. Children have killed each other and committed suicide after being involved in verbal relationship or cyberbullying. Words do hurt. All kids make mistakes as part of growing up. Parents who deny the possibility that a child is capable of being hurtful make it harder for bullies to get the help they need. Because, yeah, it sounds stupid, but bullies, they're just, like, I guess they're just, like, angry and they need someone to take it out on, and they find you or whoever's getting bullied, you know, and they're just like, well, if I'm angry, I can take it on someone else. Maybe they've got problems at home, or, you know, they used to get picked on, so they think, oh, I used to get picked on, so it must be right to, you know, do it to someone else. For parents, I would say talk to your kids, and you know, sorry, I just went silent for like a minute. Help the bullied child avoid isolation. If your child is a bully, this is for any of you bullies out there. They have a higher risk of abusing alcohol and other drugs in adolescence and as adults. I didn't know this, but okay. They are more likely to get into fights, vandalise property, and drop out of school. They're twice as likely as their peers to have criminal convictions of adults, and 4 times more likely to be multiple offenders. Warnings, you're a bully. Frequently becoming violent with others, getting into physical or verbal fights with others, get sent to the principal or head teacher, as we call it over here, office, or having detention a lot. Has extra money or new belongings that cannot be explained, is quick to blame others, will not accept responsibility for his or her actions, has friends who bully others, needs to win or be the best at everything. But yeah, I'll put the link to this site, and you can like read if you want to have a look and stuff if you are being bullied. And I'm not a professional, so obviously, you know, I don't feel like I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, I know everything about bullying, do you know what I mean? I just feel like people don't really speak about bullying, and I think that in schools and colleges and workplaces, I think that people should talk about it, because it makes them aware, and maybe even like bullies might be like, realise what they're doing is wrong. And I'm sorry this video's being so long, but I think it's important that people learn the facts about bullying, and I feel like I said, it's not talked about enough in schools and colleges and anywhere, and I feel like some parents, don't talk to their kids about bullying enough. And like, when I was younger, I probably was talked about bullying, like had chats about being bullied and stuff, but I don't remember it because I was a little kid, obviously. But I feel like maybe we had like 1 or 2 chats and then didn't talk about it anymore. Like in school, when I went to primary school, they if something big came up, like, you know, someone died over bullying, like someone committed suicide over bullying, then they would talk to us about it. But other than that, they wouldn't really talk to us about it, and they wouldn't, you know, they'd only talk about if something big came up. Same with Bryn Avon, they wouldn't. Bryn Avon's the school I went to, but they wouldn't talk to like us about it unless something big came up. But is that really what it's going to take? Is it really going to take like hundreds of more kids committing suicide every day, and then like, you know, and then they're going to talk about it, and then they're going to stop talking about it, and more suicides, and then it's just going to be a big cycle of not talking about bullying. And I really think that it's important that people do talk about it, and I don't know why I'm doing that, but I think it's important that people, like I said, do talk about it, and do make people aware of it. And anyway, okay, I'm gonna like stop. But okay, so I hope this video helped you, and even if I helped one person, then I'd know that, you know, even if I've helped one of you, whoever watches this, then I know I've done something right. But I urge you, if you're bullying, talk to someone, and if you want any, you know, if you want someone to talk to, you can message me, and I'll respond, and I'll try and help you as much as I can. You know, even like I said, if you just want somebody to talk to, just message me, and I'll talk to you, because I'm used to get verbally bullied, and I know it's not a nice feeling, and it made me feel horrible. But yeah, so I hope this helped you, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.